The market gives some back as the bears come out of hibernation. Are they here to stay? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about a few different paths because of all of the overlap, but our primary paths were looking for a pullback, and that's what we saw. The market pulled back about 0.5% down into support, and the bulls were able to hold there. Now the question is, can the bears follow through? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, we got a little bit of a pullback yesterday, so let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. You can see we got a little bit of a push up to start the day, and then a pullback down to this 4120, 4115 area, which is pretty good support over here. It's the 764 fib, as well as you have support here from our previous high on the B wave of our triangle. And so the bears need to push through that to really get the ball moving downhill. So our primary path remains, guys. We had this A wave high, and then we're tracing out this triangle. We had the A wave, the B wave, the C wave. Hopefully we just completed the D wave here, and we're starting that pullback. We would look for the E wave down, and then from there we would look for a really strong move up toward the 4,300 plus area for the C wave in this move. So if that continues to play out, the move down, we would expect to see an ABC. So I have the ABCs on the chart here. You would expect to see a pullback down toward the 4020 area, and then maybe a pop up towards the 4100 area, and then back down to the 3950, 3960 area for this E wave to complete this wave B. And then we'd look for an impulsive move higher here off of this, where we'd get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get us started. And then we'd look for a wave 2 pullback and on from there. So that is the primary count that we would complete this triangle with wave E to the downside in the 3950 to 60 area on the ES, and then look to go higher from there in wave C. The alternate count would be that we just had a really extended wave 1 here with a fifth wave that extended, and we would pull back in wave 2, and that would look very similar to the triangle. You're going to get this ABC down into that same support area. The difference is how it comes out of here. So you're going to get an impulsive move up just like you would to start C. Then you're going to get a shorter pullback and then off from there as a wave 3 setup, okay, whereas the other one would be a wave 1 setup. So wave 1s are shorter and not as strong. We'd be looking for a wave 3 type setup at that point. So the difference will be how we react in this support area. Now there is one other thing that's possibly coming to light here. We've talked about it for a while, and we've been looking for an impulsive move down off of a high, and it is possible that they made a very micro 5 down here on this move down where you can see the line down. It is possible there's 5 waves in there. It would be very micro, but it would be a wave 1 to get us started, and most likely a wave 1 of 1. Okay, so you'd get a 5-wave move down, and then you get a bounce, and then down from there again. So that would be the bearish alternative, is that we cannot hold support, and we come back down and break support and move down lower and break the October lows, and it's off to the races to the downside from there. Still do have one other possibility. We're getting close to narrowing them down to less than 4, but I do apologize. We got to go over what we have, and unfortunately right now it's a bit messy because of all of this overlap you see on the screen. But the other potential is we're not done with the move up. We hold the 764. As long as they stay above 4081, they can still push higher. So the break of 4081 is what the bears want to see. A hold of 4081 is what the bulls want to see. They would come down in this move and then push higher one more time toward the 4260 area at that point. I don't think that's going to be the case. They were just a little tiny bit shorter, almost right on the high here for the 1.0 extension. And the 1.0 extension is okay for a wave 3 of 3. And then you'd expect wave 4 to hold the 618 and wave 5 of 3 to hit that 4260 area. But you have so much negative divergence here. You have the 4-hour crossover in a bearish way on the MACD. So there's a lot of divergence on this move down that, on this move up, there was a lot of negative divergence. And that's not how wave 3 of 3s usually play out. They are usually very strong, and the MACD is still pointing straight up. And then you get this pullback and move up, and the MACD is still pointing up. And then you get wave 4, and then you get bearish divergence. So in this move up, there was lots of bearish divergence. I don't think this is going to be playing out as a more direct move higher to the 4,400 or 4,300 area. But it is something to keep an eye on because they can erase divergence with very strong moves. So as long as they're above 40.81, the bulls do still have a chance to push this higher. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, we also saw the pull back here on the NASDAQ into the 236 retrace. And that's basically the same as what we saw. The 764 off of the extensions is about the same as the 236 on the retrace. And so the NASDAQ is a little different. It doesn't have as many options because it did make a higher high here. It did give us an impulsive looking structure and completely fill it out. So we would be looking for a NASDAQ pullback, okay? And that pullback would be an A, B, C, and it should target the 12,562 to 12,164 area, with the 618 being the most common target around the 12,385 area. And that's what we would look for in a standard play out of a pullback here. Again, that ABC down into the 12,385 area. Then from there, we'd look for a 5-wave push higher in wave 3 or wave 1 of 3, and then wave 2 of 3 down, and then 3 of 3 exploding higher toward that 14 to 15,000 level overall. So the NASDAQ is playing out a little more impulsively than the ES, as we've been talking about. And for it to make another high, so it can push higher as well. So if you see the NASDAQ pull back, it can extend. Okay, and that's the alternative path we have, as long as they stay above 13,076, and they can go as deep as 12,991, but you'd like to see them hold the 13,076 area. As long as they can hold over those areas and push higher, they can come take out this high and extend higher in the NASDAQ up toward that 13,530 area. Now, NASDAQ also had a lot of negative divergence on this high that we got in the morning yesterday, and so that is another reason to think that we are moving down a little bit more than we already have, that the bears should be able to follow through and give us this ABC down into our support zone, where we then look for a 1-2 setup from there. Okay, so that is the two paths that we're following on the NASDAQ. It's a little more concise because you have an impulsive move up, which makes things a lot easier. Guys, if you like the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny, and you can cancel at any time. We just started our training material, Elliott Wave for Beginners course, and this is the first of many courses we're going to be doing. It is included in your membership plans. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so that we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trades that's so unique. It's something you have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. The bears need to follow through. We're looking for a break of 40.81 to give us confirmation that we are in the move down in this ABC toward the 39.50 area. However, if they do hold 40.81, then they can push higher directly. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup. We're looking for a break of the 13,076 area down to the 12,991 area. If they can break through that, that kind of gives us confirmation we're on our way down into this support area at 12,562 to 12,164. Otherwise, they can come back and try to push this higher up toward the 13,500 level. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.